Big matches abound on this show. I'm warning you right now. Big matches are guaranteed.
Everywhere I go, there's nowhere I belong. And anyone should tell me where will I find? 'Cause everywhere I go, I'm always on my own. Can anyone just catch me before I drown? Can anybody make me feel like I'm not the stranger tonight?
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the TW 2020 Network save between me and my good friend Stuart Irvine. He is Friday Night Smackdown. I am Monday Night Raw in the 2004 WWE World here on TW 2020. I am so excited to continue this. You guys have been loving it and I am loving it too. So much fun we've been having despite certain scorelines. Tonight Monday Night Raw needs to bounce back and I am certain it will. I've packed a big show. I am very intrigued as to how some of this goes down. We definitely are starting to take shape of the WrestleMania card tonight. So let's just see where we can go. SmackDown, I know, will bring the business. I'm not going to waste any more time. You drop a like on the video and we'll start right now. Monday Night Raw, let's go. Okay, Monday Night Raw this week kicks off in the pre-show. High risk, get a win over Kane and Jindrak. Spanky pinning Garrison Cage with slight spread. Number 2, 56 for this. Yeah, this isn't bad at all for a mid-card tag team.
Yeah, especially for, was it high risk? I think they're getting like, was it Paul Allen obviously getting 58, but 46 for Brian Kendrick, not Spanky. But yeah, I think for the level you want high risk and the other two, that's good. 56, yeah. Especially like lower to mid card.
Yeah, both
tag
of them
teams.
really. So that's not bad at all. Okay, second pre-show matchup. Chavo Guerrero gets a win over Maven. Chavo working the pre-show this week, so we've got a big week planned. Chavo carrying Maven as well. 65 from this, very good.
What's the wrestling clinic for Chavo? What's Chavo? I mean, it's very underrated. Chavo. People don't realise how good he is in the ring, so that would be a good match on a pre-show to watch. So yeah, happy with that. And again, the 65, that'd be pretty good there, isn't it? For what you want to do.
Definitely. We open the show though, big segment for a 92. That's a good way to start your show. Very good. Randy Orton, Ric Flair and Batista. Evolution come out suited and booted, celebrating. Last week, Randy Orton, 2 nights in a row, successfully defended his Intercontinental Championship and they want to celebrate. Before they can celebrate too far though, this is professional wrestling. They're cut off very quickly by Booker T, who's fuming about last week and wants a rematch. Will he get the rematch? Well, no, he won't necessarily right now because Randy Orton says, you had your chance and you blew it, buddy. Get to the back of the line because I want a new challenge. Wrong words, Randall. Wrong words, because the music of Goldberg hits. Booker T is still standing on the stage, remember? So Goldberg walks past him, completely ignores Booker T. Goldberg is focused on the Intercontinental Championship. He walks into the ring, stands face to face with Evolution and Randy Orton, looks at the Intercontinental Championship, looks at Randy Orton and just smiles. And that's when JR comes over on commentary and says, we don't want to leave this, but we have to. We have to head to a commercial break. That's how we end the segment, but Goldberg has made it very clear. Randy Orton wants a challenger. Consider Goldberg next.
I mean, I'm surprised you didn't go proper on the nose and say, you're not next on my list or something like that to really put across that it's probably going to be Goldberg, but I think that's a bit too on the nose. But yeah, that's price here, 92.
92, good. That's better than I thought of it with these guys, so this is really good. Okay, good stuff. Let's go to the ring. JBL, we come back from break. JBL is in the ring for it should be an easy win, and it is an easy win. 59 over the Hurricane. Now, the Hurricane has fallen far in this save. He has.
A little bit.
2 months ago, he was wrestling for the WWE Championship. This week, he's been beaten in 2 minutes 42 with a clothesline from hell. But JBL put in a 76. By God, as JR would say. Wow. We did put this as a wild brawl. So
I'm intrigued. I mean, again, poor Hurricane. It started off so well, but it's fallen from grace. It's so sad. But unfortunately,
Hurricane flying through the air after the clothesline from hell is kind of fitting with a superhero gimmick. So.
Yeah, I mean, I love the idea that I don't know if it was do it, but the image of him doing a clothesline fill, catching him with it in midair. I don't know if that's possible, but I'm assuming the idea is basically every time he hits that thing looks devastating.
Yeah, like, deadly is what we're gonna go with. Okay, we're gonna get commercial breaks out of the way early. We're gonna go to another one and come back for another match. We're doing back-to-back matches. I know. Rey Mysterio versus Tajiri gets us a 71. Rey Mysterio put it 78. This guy is flying. I talk about on this series about the future of this brand, and I talk about John Cena, Batista, Randy Orton. I kind of am letting Rey Mysterio just float under the surface at the moment, but this guy is up there. He has potential.
I think it's got potential. I mean, I'm intrigued. I don't know if you would do this at some point, but put him against, as they did in real life, put him against people like Cena, Booker T, maybe Brock, because obviously, honestly, Brock versus Rey Mysterio, I could get a high score.
It could do. I mean, it's a tough one at the moment because obviously Rey Mysterio is the Cruiserweight champion.
When's that stopped anything on wrestling? I mean, it could just be a champion versus champion thing.
I understand your point. Also, you got to remember that Rey Mysterio's putting his performances because he got a win in a big tag match against Evolution and he pinned Ric Flair. That's helped him big time. Okay, good win for Rey over Tajiri. But post-match is what we're talking about. Rey Mysterio gets on the mic and calls out Chavo Guerrero, who comes down to the ring. They stand in the ring face to face, and Rey says, "You know what? You were one of my closest friends in this business. You and Eddie have been a lifeblood for me." And Eddie is over there about to main event WrestleMania, and I get feeling inadequate. But Chavo, you've gone too far. If this is what you wanted, if this is what it's come to, then Chavo, you win. At WrestleMania, I will put my title on the line. And at WrestleMania, I am going to kick your ass on the biggest stage of them all. Rey Mysterio makes it official. It is Rey versus Chavo for the Cruiserweight title at WrestleMania. There's going to be no fighting between these two here because there doesn't need to be. Chavo's a smart heel, right? Chavo's got what he wanted. He's going to smile. Rey looks ready for a fight, and Chavo's just going to leave the ring with a big smile on his face. He doesn't need to fight him here. Doesn't need to. Chavo's got the match he wants. He'll see Rey at WrestleMania.
His actions have... Yeah, his heel actions have got what he wanted, so he doesn't need to do anything other than just walk away and say thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Right, Matt Hardy promo on Shawn Michaels, 68. Matt Hardy says, after last week, he's frustrated.
66.
What did I say?
68.
66, right. Version 1 Matt Hardy is frustrated. Because here's a Matt fact, right? Matt Hardy can beat Shawn Michaels. Matt Hardy is better than Shawn Michaels. So tonight, Matt Hardy has asked for a rematch. So he can prove it. 66, like we said. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Backstage, Booker T is walking... I don't know where he was aiming, where he was trying to get to, but it doesn't matter because he's attacked by TNA. 70-rated segment here. Test and A-Train looking to make a name for themselves, attacking Booker T, but fortunately coming around the corner at the same time was Booker's seemingly friend at the moment, John Cena. John Cena saves Booker T from the attack, and we do find out later in the show that the match is booked for later. Cena and Booker versus Test and A-Train. This was literally just a segment to get to the match.
I mean, to be fair, I would ask the question, where did they get that idea from? Probably a new manager, probably.
I mean, yeah. Test and A-Train looking to make a name for themselves. Yes.
I like it.
Okay. Also backstage, Shane McMahon has called Ron Simmons into his office. Shane McMahon thanks Ron Simmons, because one thing we didn't mention with the JBL match earlier, part of that domination is JBL hitting a big move and having the time to look around the arena, looking freaked out whether Ron Simmons was going to come for a fight.
He's in his head. I like it.
In his head. But Shane McMahon here is going to thank Ron Simmons here. He says, I am thanking you because you stayed away as I instructed earlier. I asked you not to get involved. I wanted control on this brand, and you did as I asked. So I thank you for that. And I have a reward for you. A match right now. Someone to take your frustration out on. And if JBL gets involved, you have my word, I will fire him. So JBL can't get involved. Ron Simmons has got a match next. And Ron Simmons destroys Nunzio. A 38. Boy. Oof. Wow. That's a blow. Not going to lie. That's a blow.
But to be fair, he could have sort of come a little bit, right? I think with that match, because of Roy and Ron Simmons, you kind of needed someone that probably could have carried it a little bit more, maybe, but... That's probably why it's so way too age. But yeah,
it is what it is. Sometimes you got to do it. It was very short. We'll move on quick. Ron Simmons wins with a spine buster, but it's the post-match thing that matters. For 62, Ron Simmons calls out JBL to the ring. Similar to what Ray did earlier tonight. People are determined to get their house in order on Monday nights. Farouk, as I'm going to call him, Ron Simmons, challenges JBL to end this saga, this fight that has been going on in truth for years, where Bradshaw seemingly thought he was better than the APA time and time again, to be bumped back down to earth. So Ron Simmons says the APA is not going to be there for him to fall back on anymore. He wants to end this, and he wants to end this at WrestleMania in a street fight. The challenge is made. JBL, of course, comes out. You get the point. And JBL says, you know what? I'll agree to this. I want to end this. I want to close the door on a partner, if you want to call it that has constantly held me back. I want to close that door. So I will...
you would get for that.
Yeah. I will accept, right? I will accept on one condition. Your career needs to be on the line. JBL says, if we're going to end this, let's end it. Ron Simmons, so determined to get JBL, agrees. You've got your match. The match is made. WrestleMania, Ron Simmons, JBL, APA explodes into a street fight with Ron Simmons' career on the line. And to end the segment, JBL is going to try a cheap shot on Farouk, but he will get fought off and cleared out the ring. Ron Simmons stands tall this week.
Okay, I mean, it's a match that we never thought we wanted, but it seems like it has potential to be a match that we definitely want to see now. So
62 isn't bad for this. JBL is improving these segments. JBL is getting better and better, which is quite nice.
It's kind of proved just with the Ron Simmons match there is like, it'd be interesting to see with the match stipulation that you chose, what score that would be at WrestleMania.
I know, because when JBL put in a 75 earlier or whatever it was on a Wild Brawl, I mean, we know what the Wild Brawl match at WrestleMania is going to be.
Yeah, you pretty much set it up, haven't you?
Jesus. Right, okay. We're going to go to a promo from, the Knockout Artist. Big Show and Jamie Noble got a 71 promo. Big Show's a killer promo right now. Brilliant. They're talking about The Undertaker and Kane, two men who put their hands on the tag team championships last week. And Big Show says this isn't right. This isn't fair. That Taker and Kane think they can just wander in and get a tag team championship opportunity. No, doesn't work like that. I will not be wronged on this show again. So how's about this? Yes, it is going to be the Knockout Artist versus The Undertaker and Kane next. But let's put a little bit of a stake on it. How's about the winners become number one contenders? It's not officially said that it's a number one contenders match, but in truth it is, because these are the top guys in the division right now. So
yeah, I think I put point out before. It's like I've never actually heard a person actually bring up it's number one contendership match. It's kind of just a thing that happens. So yeah, I mean it's an interesting one, but as you said, they've got a point.
Yeah, the idea is Big Show's very frustrated at the idea that Taker and Kane can just waltz in and get a title shot. They've got to work for it like they have, so they've got to beat them to get it. Or Big Show and Noble get a big win and go on to WrestleMania.
Maybe.
Let's find out. Knockout Artist versus the Brother of Destruction for a
92. I suppose that.
Jesus Christ, The Undertaker is The Undertaker just put in the highest performance of the save for the record with a
What did he get?
98.
Not surprised by that.
Jesus Christ. But Jamie Noble's been in a near 5-star match here. If you'd have told me that Big Show and Jamie Noble versus Undertaker and Kane in 8 minutes would get a 4.5-star rating from Mr. Meltzer.
I mean,
I'm not buying it.
When you look at it on paper, yeah, it makes sense. But I think I love the way that visually, I love the idea that in this one it says the Undertaker does the last ride on Jamie Noble. I love. You could just see him, like, get him in the powerbomb, and then he's struggling, and then he lifts him up for the last ride. And you can see Jamie Noble's face just like in utter terror. It would be a great visual to see. But 92, I'm not surprised by that.
I'm surprised by it. I am surprised by it. I thought it'd do well. I thought it'd get, I don't know, an 80. I'd have been very happy with.
I think because you've got Big Show that's really good. You've got obviously Undertaker and Kane that's on top form. And also, I think the Ric Flair would have got one last time.
Didn't have his injury.
So it's, when you think about it, it's not surprising. And obviously, was it the top star of the whole save? Like in both companies? I think he's got a high rating.
Right now. It makes me excited for WrestleMania. And you know what? We can lock it in. WrestleMania, the Tag Team Championships are on the line. The Brothers of Destruction versus Evolution. That, we're talking about killer matches at WrestleMania. That may surprise everyone.
If they're getting at 92 out of a Big Show, no offense to knockout artist and Jamie Noble, then going against Batista, it's got potential. I like this. I like the way this is going. This is good. 92, good stuff, man.
Good stuff. Right, okay. Post-match, though, we're not quite done. Well, we seem to have new number one contenders, so Evolution want to put the boost to them, and they do for an 86 rate segment. And when I say Evolution, look, Ric Flair comes out as the distraction, but coming through the crowd or under the ring or whatever you want to say, but from behind, catching them out, is Batista. Undertaker consented, but it doesn't matter. They can't stop the power of Batista, a spine buster to Kane. Flair pulls on the Undertaker from the outside, allowing Batista to hit a low blow to the Undertaker, and a Batista bomb leaves the Brothers of Destruction laying. Evolution laugh up the ramp at the stage, and the Brothers of Destruction end the segment by sitting up at the same time and looking very angrily towards Evolution, who have had the upper hand here, but it's going to take a lot more to kill off the Brothers of Destruction, so to speak.
I'm surprised you didn't go for the old they both set up type thing, but just to really put across, because that's usually what they do. But
that's what I just said, they both sit up.
Oh, my bad. Shows I wasn't listening about it. I thought it was a situation that got a constant beatdown, and it's just...
Nah, Batista lays them both out. They celebrate up towards this stage, and at that time, they both sit up.
My bad. My bad, I apologise.
Really good segment again, though. 86, really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you got, was it opening segment, your big match is delivered. This has got potential to be a good show.
This is good. Okay, let's see what happens next. Brock has entered his locker room to find the WWE Championship isn't there. Somebody has taken the WWE Championship.
I would ask the question, Brock, why are you leaving the WWE Championship unattended in your locker room? Just saying.
Yeah, fair point. Let's say it was in a bag. I don't know. We got a break. Come back to the entrance of Shawn Michaels. Up next is Shawn Michaels versus Matt Hardy. And oh, look, Shawn Michaels has the WWE Championship over his shoulder. I forgot about this. Before we get to that, let's make a main event official, shall we? Shane McMahon says it will be tonight. Goldberg versus Randy Orton. And if Goldberg wins, he gets a shot at the Intercontinental Championship. That's right. I forgot about it. That's the main event as well. 72, really good. Right then, Shawn comes out with the WWE Championship. It's Shawn versus Matt Hardy. Look, he got an 89 last week. Can it go one better? Let's find out. Yes, it can. 91.
Yeah,
Shawn
91,
Michaels
nice.
is a legend. A legend.
Your big matches are delivering tonight, so It's got a potential for a really high score.
95 from Shawn, 57 from Matt Hardy. 8 minutes flying elbow drop because Shawn can't even pull out the sweet chin music from Matt. Jeez.
Ouch, Matt. poor Matt Hardy, isn't it? Did he lose first time last week? It was like shoot to music. This time it's
doesn't even deserve it this week, apparently. Good match though, 90. Well, really good match. Shawn Michaels nails it. WWE Championship over his shoulder. He celebrates with the WWE Championship when the music of Brock Lesnar hits. Brock Lesnar comes down and Shawn tells Brock to come and get it. He lays down the championship in the ring between them. And look, they've got a no contact order between the two of them. Only an 80 for this, which is a little low. But we'll see more from them later. Brock, well, in a minute actually. Brock knows he can go in there and Shawn can't do anything about it. He picked up the championship and he's shaking with rage. And he turns to the stage and just says, bring out my opponent, because Brock was also booked to wrestle tonight. He wants to wrestle right now.
Oh no.
He says, bring out my opponent, and out comes a rather scared looking Billy Kidman. It's Brock versus Billy Kidman next for a 78. Not quite as good as their first match, but this was a lot shorter, to be fair.
I mean, you feel sorry for Billy Kidman. He's basically been chucked around, destroyed at this point, right?
Yeah. Well, Brock wins. Shawn Michaels has to watch. Shawn Michaels sticks around at ringside to watch, and then no contact order, right? So the WWE champion realizes that Shawn Michaels has to watch as Brock Lesnar destroys Billy Kidman with F5 after F5 after F5 on the stage. Shawn can do nothing about it. 72 again, a little low for these guys, but
yeah, but I still think you're going to get shocked because your big matches have delivered.
Big matches so far have delivered. We're not quite finished. So that's the end of that. John Cena's going to cut a promo on Randy Orton for 70. Pretty good from Cena. Just needs to start ramping it up a little bit, but it's okay. He says, listen, everyone's talking about Intercontinental Championships opportunities. Let me make this very clear. The Doctor of Thugonomics wants an Intercontinental Championship opportunity too. John Cena throwing his name in the hat, it seems here, in the Intercontinental title hunt. Okay, Cena and Booker versus TNA then for an 80. Wow. Booker T really carrying it. I still got to turn Taz heel. I keep forgetting. It is what it is. Cena 71, no, pretty good. Again, simple win for this. 6 minutes. John Cena pins Test with the FU. 80 for this is very good. I can't really complain at all. Very, very good. John Cena gets the win for his team after throwing his name in for the Intercontinental Championship. Booker T has a gripe to be Intercontinental Champion. There's a couple of people starting to add up here.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I think it's a simple booking, simple thing. He's talking, he wants the opportunity, and he's showing that he deserves it in the ring. So yeah, it's simple booking, but that's why it works. So I like it. It's good.
We've had some big matches this week, and so far they've paid off. Let's see if next week's will do the same as well, because next week we're doing this: The Undertaker versus Batista.
That is going to be huge. That's got potential to be a high rating as well.
And
that's a huge match.
In a no way out rematch, Brock Lesnar versus Booker T.
That's also got potential, as we know we've done really well. That's
got 93
no way out,
pay-per-view, so we'll take the same for sure. Okay, Randy Orton cut a promo on Goldberg for a 72. He says that Goldberg, he's never winning this match. Doesn't matter. He's never winning this match. Will he? Orton and Goldberg in the main event gets an 84. That's better than I thought it would be. That's pretty good.
I think good. I mean, for 79, I mean,
Goldberg underperformed here, as did Orton slightly. So, I mean, look, it doesn't have have I booked it the wrong way around? What's the game done there? Because I'm pretty sure I had Randy Orton winning.
Yeah, it says Orton defeated Goldberg, went out of it in intensity, got disqualified. Is that I'm assuming that's not how you wanted this thing to.
No. I'll tell you through the finish. Ignore that. It was meant to be that Randy Orton got himself... he didn't get himself intention. Right, okay. It's how I put it, to be fair. But that's not how it's meant to be. Let me talk you through the finish. Ric Flair is at ringside. Randy Orton tries everything to put Goldberg away. Randy Orton hits the RKO and Goldberg kicks out. Okay? Let's put that out there.
Has anyone actually kicked out the RKO yet?
I don't know, but they do here, right? And Orton freaks. Orton is scared now. So Ric Flair gets in the ring, looks him in the face, and says to Randy Orton, "Trust me." And Ric Flair slaps Randy Orton around the face, right in front of the referee, causing the referee to call for the disqualification. Orton wins. That's correct. After Flair hit him, meaning Goldberg was disqualified. I read the wording wrong. Ignore it. He intentionally got disqualified. Evolution intentionally got Goldberg disqualified, basically. is what happened.
Yeah, so basically screwed him by basically like hitting the wrong button and say it helps on his behalf. Yeah, it's very smart. But no surprise that Ric Flair would come out with that kind of option. So yeah, I get what you're trying to say, but yeah, it's a bit weird what the way they described it on the game. So
yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So Goldberg at this point, he hasn't won. He hasn't got an Intercontinental title shot technically, but one guy again who has a gripe here with the Intercontinental Champion and may have a justifiable reason to request a title shot. You would think. Same as Booker T, potentially the same as John Cena. Do you see where I'm going with this? I hope you do.
Well, if you're not, then it's quite obvious, but I like it. It's got potential to be one of a very, very, very good match. Potentially. Very good.
We're going to close this show, though, not quite finished. Evolution are going to look to beat down Goldberg, just like they did Booker last week, when out come the Brothers of Destruction for an 87 rate segment to clear the ring. And a babyface super team and Goldberg, Kane and The Undertaker stand tall to end the show. God. Everything with Evolution and the Brothers of Destruction right now is killing it, which is great.
I mean, anything with Undertaker in general is killing it, to be fair. So him being involved is just up to this storyline.
We've had a very good show. We've had a very good
show. If it's not a 90 or a 92,
I'm going to say about an 88 because there was some. Remember, we had a 30 in there. Remember?
Yeah, I mean, if you get but I think it's.
I think I'll be happy with an 88. I don't know. Let's see.
Let's find out.
Show rating 87. Okay, so I went far off. I'm not that. I think that's about right. Look, a couple of great matches there, which was great. A couple of really good segments. I think everything, look at all the greens, really good segments throughout, if we're honest. That 38 has really dragged the show down in a way. Yeah, not too much. I think we hit a 90 if it's not for that 38, personally.
Yeah, but you were getting I think most of your stuff clicked. So,
apart from a Ron Simmons match, everything clicked. Everything worked.
Yeah, so I mean, to 87, I mean, that's amazing. So hopefully my show, hopefully I can. I mean, that'll be a tough one to beat, I think. But I'm up for the challenge.
Okay, SmackDown kicks off on the pre-show with, could it be? You damn right, it's CM Punk. We signed CM Punk to the WWE. Stuart's pick from winning February match of the month. He has signed up CM Punk. And he's put in a decent performance here. 42. He's a 40 rated popularity, so he's performed ahead of his popularity straight away, which is always good. And at 45, very good.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I mean, funny thing is, I realised what that was after watching. I've recently watched CM Punk versus Samoa Joe 2 on 04. I won a clear one this time. That was a great match, but I just like the idea of seeing I hit that Pepsi plunge, especially a pedigree from the top. Yeah. On Stevie Richards would be a great, people would go, wow, that's a great finisher. And would look amazing. But for 42, though, I'm happy with it. It should be worth
mentioning, while you guys see this isn't technically his official in-story TV debut. This is just getting him out there in front of a crowd and seeing what he can do, which is what the point of dark match is, right? This is good. 45. Yeah. He's not the only one. We've got a women's tag dark match for a 56. Aspire get the win over Tori Wilson and Jacqueline this is pretty good. Tori carries it with a 60, Jacqueline 52. The heels were the weaker team, but they got a win, so it'll boost them.
Yeah, I'm hopefully, because obviously in storyline, obviously I've technically break kayfabe here, but let's be honest, it's fine. But I just want to see if they've been affected by being off TV for because obviously the story. But again, I found out that Tori Wilson's really getting good ratings, so that's and Jacqueline's really good as well. So I think I figured out that I've got a lot of good women's wrestlers here that can get good ratings that could help enhance to people like Gail Kim and Jazz, and they have in this match in 56. Really good, like it.
Okay, we open SmackDown. Oh, stop it!
I love the way it sounds like a pent child. Like stop it, man! I'm trying my best, and you just keep doing it over and over.
I've put on a great show for an 87. You just smacked a 97 smack. You've literally just gone. Should we just stick an edge out there? Do you think, guys? No, just Well.
I mean, as I said, I think at this point I figured out that I know my roster, and I know what works. And I think that's why it's working. I mean, and also it's WrestleMania, man. Second week of WrestleMania. You got to have the big segments, the big matches, and the big overall show. So it's not a surprise here. So this kind of segment is basically, obviously we start off with Kurt. Obviously, the big question going for the entire week was why Kurt? Why did you attack Eddie Guerrero? Why did you do it? Just like everyone's been racking their brain because obviously, as I said, he hasn't turned heel because obviously what he did is a heel move. But he hasn't turned heel. It's kind of more of a he feels like he's got no choice type situation. Mm-hmm. So basically, he's like obviously. Well, actually, where I put it, my bad. I put it's like actually Eddie starts because he's pissed at this point. Goes out asking like he wants Kurt out now. Tell me why did you do this? Why did you attack me last week? And then you got Kurt coming out saying that he's again a face of disappointment. He didn't want to do it, but he has to do it type situation. He's just saying, I didn't want to do this to you, Eddie. I didn't want to. I know how much win the world title means to you. But unfortunately, it means a little bit more to me. I want to win that world title. And unfortunately, you were just in the way. I need to do something to. If we all know in wrestling, we all know in this sport, in this business, you've got to make an impact or make people listen to you. And sadly, sometimes the only way you can do that is making a big impact. And unfortunately, you were just in the way, Eddie. And Eddie's like, you want my spot? You think you could beat Triple H? Oh, okay. You had 2 chances and you failed. And you attack me for my shot? You know what? Go ahead. You know what? Tonight, if you want my shot, because obviously Eddie's like so angry at this point that he's like he'll probably say he just wants Kurt Angle in a match. So he'll say anything type situation. So okay, you know what? If you want me, okay. If you want my spot, is that way attack me? Okay. Tonight, I'll put that shot on. I'll put my World Rumble spot, World Title slot at WrestleMania online. We'll face a 1-on-1, and I'm going to make you regret even attempting to attack me, even doing what you did. So sets up the kind of main event type situation. I just think it's an interesting thing. But basically Eddie's pissed, and he'll say, and he just wants to. He can't believe what Kurt did, and he wants to take him out. He wants to finally prove that he deserved that shot and type situation. And Kurt's like kind of happy but kind of reserved. Like he wished there was a better way of doing it. So it's like he hasn't turned heel yet, and he hasn't. I don't kind of plan to, but it's kind of it's similar to your Goldberg thing a couple of weeks ago, where it's like he's done like kind of a heel act.
Doesn't mean he's a heel. Doesn't mean he's a heel. So, really great segment to open the show. I'm annoyed, but it is what it is. This should do well as well. This Christian versus Lance Storm for a 77. Pretty good. Christian carrying him.
Yeah, I mean, surprise. No surprise there, because obviously I think it's around about the same score they got around about the time they faced off, I think, a couple weeks ago. Yeah. So, but I'm happy again. It's like Christian as is an annoyed Kyle, but surprisingly a lot by getting very high rate promos and pretty decent matches too. So this is the same as last time. As it says there, simple match, good match. Lance Storm was always proving he's really good in the ring, but again, I'm prettier. Christian, clean win. Yeah, gets the victory, but it's what happened next. As always, this I think's interesting. Again, Mick's in it, awesome. Christian, again, they just click. This one might be harsh by the GM, but I think this could be. I think it works. So Mick, obviously, Christian's really happy with his win against Lance Storm again, sitting there, getting like celebrating the ring. Then all of a sudden, Mick Foley comes out, just basically gets on the mic, sit on top of the stage, and goes, "I'm really impressed by you, Christian, because obviously all this stuff he's doing to Christian is not by like malicious intent. He sees potential with him, and he's trying to, like not the word beat out the greatness out of him, but kind of make him make better decisions, because he's US champion, and he's got, and it's obviously we want to make the US champion like the title. So I like the idea of Mick coming out, sitting there saying, "Okay, I'm impressed by what you've been doing so far, but I want to give you the ultimate test, because obviously you're at WrestleMania, you're defending that title, and obviously you faced RVD, you faced 3 other men." But as I said, I want to give you the ultimate test. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you have to not face 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 other men. But to make it even for you, to give you a fighting chance, I'm going to put you in a match that you're famous for. I'm going to put you in. It's going to be a TLC match.
And what does TLC stand for, Mick?
Tables, ladders, and Christian's favourite weapon, chairs.
Oh my!
And he just ends it with, "Good luck. I know you can do it." And then go, you can always go, Mick going bang bang, and then just, music plays, and Christian is kind of not, obviously he's just like, like a child, like, oh great. So I've got to face 4 men last time, 3 men last time, now 6, 5 more.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
What? To be fair, as much as I'll get frustrated, the whole storyline from the start of the save of Mick Foley wanting to bring Christian to that next level is working. Credit to you, it's working. Yeah,
I think I like the idea of just like Mick is like, he's not just doing it because it's the old saying, tough love. He wants him to, he sees potential in him, but he wants to beat the bad habits out of him by putting him against great matches and proving himself in the ring instead of just cheating.
Now, I don't know what he's planning to do in the future, for the record, and I hope this doesn't spoil any plans, but all I'm saying is you're building Christian up. He'd be a great opponent if Eddie wins the WWE the world title at WrestleMania.
Maybe. We'll find out. So next
60 for a promo from Lita on Molly Holly.
Again, this is maybe just some kind of teasing it out a little bit again. Like Lita's been again asking, kind of, it's kind of similar segments, but I actually just want to build up the kind of tension of like the mystery of it a little bit. Like, could it be both of them? Could it be one or the other? But where's Kim and Jazz? Obviously, if you were going to be meta, you would say, well, they were just on the pre-show like a minute ago, so they're totally fine. But in kayfabe, but yeah, just like, and she's kind of fed up. Basically, Lita's like fed up of people asking questions. Why? The same as Trish, like why? I'm fed up of this, and she kind of I think pretty much what she's just fed up is. She walks off like, stop asking me these questions. I don't know where they are. Type situation. Like, she's getting frustrated with and kind of. It's implied that she's like, they're gonna resolve this once and for all. She's gonna either prove it next week or the week after, or they're gonna find a way, because she's fed up with Molly Holly accusing her of like she took her friends when she knows she hasn't. So
good stuff.
That's basically what it is.
Okay, good stuff.
Yeah.
No.
It gives potential for the match, eh?
No.
Okay.
No.
You've got to let me have this segment. You've got to let me say it. You've got to let me say it.
No. Scott Steiner and Mark Henry can't cut a better promo than John Cena in 2004. Bullshit. No. Go.
I mean, you make the funny. Okay, am I allowed, or are you just going to do that thing last week? Say next. You better not. I mean, okay. So basically, this is not really a problem thing. It's like, it's a situation where the British Mark, they basically talk in the locker rooms about their match tonight. Being like overlooked kind of situation, and kind of basically trying to just sit there and say, yes, we're too good. People are overlooking us, and it's going to change, and we're gonna, 2 of us together, we're going to run Smackdown, and no one's going to stop us. Type situation. So maybe a tease for a possible alliance. Maybe.
Scott Steiner and Mark Henry versus Val Venus and Rikishi. Fuck off.
For 70.
Fuck this game.
Nice.
Why do I even play this game? No, it's a joke. Like, the highest. Look at the. Why? I've
never seen a person and frustrate you, annoy you so much than this. I love the way it's got to be the game. It can't be from any expert booking on my end, of course. Of course, it can't be.
No. You tell me, right? You tell me how a 59, a 53, a 66, and a 60 gets a 70 rating.
I don't know. What's it saying?
It says high storyline heat for the US title feud.
Maybe that's why it's getting it, because it's been enhanced. Maybe. Okay, so basically, this match, I compared the match. Basically, I've got this feeling of just the idea of like ending the match where you got Val Venus, poor Val Venus. Basically, like the end of the match is we got Scott Steiner lifting him up in a gorilla press, right, and then chucking him in midair, and then Mark Henry catching him in midair and hits him a World's Strongest Slam for the win. It's one of these matches. I probably haven't described it gives it justice, but I like the idea of it being like it gives extra impact to that World's Strongest Slam that I think should frighten everyone. So, but I think you want to go to next segment, so because I know you're fuming. So
I am. Yeah, I am.
88. Oh. I have to check the Billy Gunn thing later, but that's mental. But okay, so basically what this is basically. Wow, I love the way I can't even see your reaction, but I know you're fuming right now. But basically Triple H is obviously asked about the main event tonight, saying he's happy. He's happy his rivals are fighting it out for little old him. You know, but if anyone knows Triple H, he's a man with a plan. And all he's going to say is that tonight his plan is going to make him a very, very happy man at the end of the night. But then all of a sudden we got, was it Billy Gunn kind of overhearing this and kind of got Billy comes out of nowhere and kind of says, oh, typical Triple H. Always, you know, never can do anything fair. You're always planning, you're scheming, all that kind of stuff. You know, I'm fed up with this. I have to put up with that for years when we were at DX back in the day. I'm fed up with this. You know what? I think I need to put you in your place, you know. So you know what? Next week, you and me, let's face off. Let's just go on a match, you know. So I can prove that you're not this unstoppable force that you think you are. And yeah. So sets up a match for next week. But yeah, I mean, how's that got an 88? I don't get it.
I don't want to talk about it. And this gets an 83?
I mean, is that one that doesn't shock me because obviously
no, this
Christian
is good.
And...
This should do. If you'd have swapped the ratings around, I'd go, okay, I get it. How is Billy Gunn in a better rate? No, just
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I can't.
I can't explain it. I just
carry on. I mean,
please speak. Please.
Okay, let's tell you what, with my amazing bit of joking. That's two we go. But basically, it's obviously we got Chris Jericho's back, obviously from last week. Obviously he had a rest because obviously he got basically it was beaten and bruised from that hellacious cage match he had 2 weeks ago. But obviously he come back. He said about thanks. He's telling Christian thanks for trying to take out Eddie last week. Obviously really appreciate it. But you know what? You did that for me. This week, I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to help you take out one of your enemies, people that's been a thorn in your side. So you know what? I've just come out of Mick's office, and he's authorized a match between. It's going to be me versus a rival, your person that's been in your face ever since you won that title in Rob Van Dam. And I promise, he will never get in your way again. He'll never be in your way. I'm going to make sure he's.
Sorry. I mean, if you're going to do it, you've got to do it. He will never. Ever
be the same again.
Get in your way again. You get the point. RVD versus Chris Jericho next. Then this is this could be a very good match. Let's find out. Okay.
Only an 80. Okay.
So they didn't click. They don't have chemistry together.
I mean, that's not the end of the world though. Because I got some of my plans. I don't think I have them crossing paths too often. So that's not the end of the world, but okay, that's fine. I mean, I guess with Chris Jericho 84, 73, that's still quite decent to be fair. But yeah, this match kind of I got the idea of like the match finishes where they're both fighting on the top rope. But one's trying to and obviously Chris already pushes him off the top, and just before we can trying to get out of it or trying to get out of the way, all of a sudden RVD hits the 5-star frog splash to get the win that way. Obviously this is Van Damme. I don't know how you could do a Van Damme out of steel chair, but okay, that's the game's being weird. But yeah, so I would have expected better, but that's fine. I'm happy with it.
I would have expected better. It's still very good at an 80, but I would have expected better.
But well, I said it's a learning curve. Maybe not that in the future, or maybe figure it out. But again, it's next segment yet again is the bit happens as well.
84 much
for us. Good.
Yeah, it's better. So Lance Storm's in it.
Yeah, I mean for this one, it's a simple thing. It's nothing really too crazy in a sense. It's basically obviously it's going to be Jericho, Christian heels. They're going to attack RVD after the 2-1 similar. Then Lance Storm comes for the save. And it's basically like the Van Dam and Lance Storm stand tall, obviously trying to stop the heels. So I'm not surprised. I mean, what can you really do more than that kind of stuff? It's just simple.
The whole match and segments, when it's good. Is it amazing? No, but it's good, and that's what you'd expect from these guys. Nothing wrong. This is good.
especially for the US title scene as well, to be getting like set edges.
These are 4. I guess with Landstorm, if you really want to throw that, 4 upper mid card guys, and they're doing good stuff. It's exactly what you want to see from them. Okay. World's Greatest Tag Team promo on the Dudley Boys for 59.
Did you put? I don't think you put Heyman in it.
Heyman will give them a boost by being with them. That's the way that the game works. Don't actually say that. The idea is because they're managed by Heyman, Heyman would be with them. So
yeah, but it's fine. I think may forgot to put it in, but it's fine. Basically, it's like
there's not a way to put it in the game like that. You see, it's already the game automatically includes them. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So fair enough. That's fine. Is that what that thing guy was talking about? That thing about putting like Paul Heyman with
the one way we could do it is to do it as a freestyle angle, which maybe we can try next time, see if it's better, rather than the game's template for a promo. But we can try it next time. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, to be fair, 59 for them is pretty good anyway. So
it's not bad.
But yeah, so basically, Paul Heyman, he basically said, yes, tonight was obviously when he faced Bubba. It's part of our first leg of our grand plan to get revenge on them damn Dudleys. And with unfortunately for you, by the way, tonight you're for the first time it's going to be you first. So unfortunately for you, so all I say is good luck because you're going to need it.
Okay, the match starts at Shelton versus Bubba Ray for a 68. That is very good.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I mean, you guys would put above Ray Dudley. It's similar 61, 65. That's pretty for the weather. So they got higher than both of the ratings. Is really awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, this match was. I hated everything finished. Obviously, we're talking about at the end. But yeah, this was especially a great match. As you said, that I like the idea. He just hits a T-bone suplex. Yeah, gets the win there. Basically, it's you know how much your rate was at Shelton Benjamin. So anything that puts him over in singles and tag action is a plus. So. But yeah, I think it's again we'll put it in this, but another segment afterwards. I think we put it in.
We did. 63, good.
Yeah,
for these guys, that's pretty good as well.
Yeah, this was a toss of what I was going to put in the match to be involved in the match or the end of it. Basically, it's a situation where obviously after this, obviously World gets to attack. Obviously, Bubba Ray, but Devon tries to go to help, but obviously it's they find a way to stop him. But yeah, it's also got Paul Heyman directing traffic. I like that. Kind of on his wheelchair sitting going, you know what, we've got advantages. They gave me a 3D last week. We'll give them a 3D. So basically, and then we end the scene where obviously Bubba Ray with insult to injury gets a 3D, his own move on him by the World's Greatest Tag Team. And we can always spin it to sit there and say the World's Greatest Tag Team hit it better because they are the World's Greatest Tag Team. So it looks better because, they're great at everything. So, but yeah, and obviously so the World's Greatest Tag Team in a segment on a high.
Perfect. I do like that. That's very well done. Kurt Angle promo and Eddie Guerrero for an 89.
No surprise there when you think about Kurt. Yeah, so basically this one is kind of reinforced what we said at the start of the show. Kind of saying, I didn't want to do it, but you know how this business work. If you want to get anywhere in this world, you've got to make an impact. And sorry, Eddie, you're just there's a man that's in the way. And tonight I don't take any pleasure in taking your spot tonight for WrestleMania, but I want to be world champion, and unfortunately you're in the way. So, yeah, and then we kind of ended that. So basically,
good.
He doesn't want to do it, but
another great promo. Eddie's got one better with a 91.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, obviously at this point it probably would be a bit because obviously it's more emotional because he's pissed.
Yeah.
So yeah, at this point, Eddie goes pissed. He's like again, it's like you act like you sit there and say you had no choice. All that kind of stuff, I didn't want to, but you had other choices. You could have asked me. We could have worked something out, but no, you attacked me like a coward. And you want my title shot? Okay, you've literally got to destroy me. Take that, destroy me if you want that title shot. So yeah, I'm going to show, and yeah, basically terrible one for me, of course, but yeah, it's kind of a situation of like. There could have been better ways to do it. You didn't have to attack me, but you went this way, and you've got to pay for your sins for the actions you've taken. So, yeah, sets up the main event. Hopefully, fingers crossed, does a good way.
Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle then for the WrestleMania title shot gets An 84.
I think I know why that got an 84.
I think I do as well. I mean, really good performances from Kurt, really good from Eddie. Both competitors failed to beat a 10 count in the ring because there was interference.
Yes, basically. I mean, again, this was a risk anyway because, again, I don't think obviously doing draws and kind of 10 counts and that kind of stuff is on this game. I don't know how. I don't think it likes it that well. I don't think. But basically, okay, this is what I had in mind. Basically, it was a great match as you expect. One of classics, near fall, near fall. And then you got Eddie hit the frog splash. You know, he had Kurt beat. And then all of a sudden, you've got, obviously, we keep forgetting, obviously, Teddy Long's with the Mark Henry and Scott Steiner. Like, you start turning up from the back, like, what the hell are they doing here? Type situation. Obviously, ref is distracted, and obviously, you got Scott Steiner hitting Kurt with a chair, and then you've got Mark Henry hit worse joints for Eddie. So they're both out for the count. They're both taken out. And then the ref didn't see it, turns around, goes for the 10 count. They both don't get up, and it ends in a draw. And then, but again, the question obviously is, why are they involved? Why have they attacked? What have they got against Kurt and Eddie? Well, in the next segment, we find out. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Basically, as we find out, we pan to the top of the stage, and you got obviously Mark Henry and Scott Steiner standing. And Triple H comes out with a briefcase, and he sits there and he obviously opens up the briefcase. That's I don't know what's a good price for a bounty in these days. I mean, Triple H likes £10,000 or something like that. But basically, like, he opens up the case, gives him the case. But he did say in his segment that he had a plan, and he did say he'll be very, very happy with the outcome. And obviously Triple H has put a bounty on both of them, and it's they're both obviously it's a who's going to be facing at WrestleMania. It's a draw. So in his eyes at the moment, he doesn't have a number one contender. So everyone's at the end of the show thinking, so who's going to face him at WrestleMania? Find out next week.
Okay, we will. Right, show rating then. So 87 is what it's to beat to Raw. I'm saying it now. I'd be surprised if he hasn't beaten it because he's put on a hell of a show. But the game can be weird sometimes. And
I think it's going to be either you just beat me or I just beat you. I don't think it's going to be close.
I don't know. Let's find out. 90. So you do win. That's about what I expected. So it wasn't quite as close. Look, as much as I hate the fact that Steiner and Henry are getting the performances they are, I kind of need to respect it because it's a great show again. Even with Kurt and Eddie kind of underperforming, it's a great show filled with great angles. Yeah,
I mean, as I said the last 2 weeks, like I think I've kind of figured out the game works. I'm kind of taking a bit more risk. It's like a couple of weeks ago, that thing with Mark Henry and Scott Steiner being involved in the end of the match and the end segment, I wouldn't have done because I would have thought it would have took the snake segment down. But yeah, I like it because again, it gives Triple H like he's the sneaky mind, you know. It's like the guy's always got a plan. So and obviously he's put out the bounty that we didn't even know existed that I liked. But yeah, I mean, I was hoping I get a Chris Jericho RVD match. I was expecting to do a bit better. Obviously, I think the main event was just I got a low score because I think it was a draw, so that might have affected the score. Because if that was a clean win for either man, that would have been a better rating, I think. But yeah, and actually, obviously I'm happy with that. Obviously I am, but yeah, I think the last 2 weeks shows I'm really happy with them. I think they're really good. I think they excite you.
They are really good, and I am kind of at a loss now because I've put on a really good show. There are things I could do differently, and I'm going to have to look and replan. Not replan, but just change things up a bit because look, I'm a little bit dejected. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit dejected because I don't quite know how to stop it from happening at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just because I think every credit to your credit. I think you got, as I said before, we found out you've got to build your stuff up a little bit more than mine because obviously some talent you have. So I think that's why it kind of at times affects your shows because I think I've got a clear plan of who I'm going to put every week. So to a point. So, but again, this could be short term. It could be one of those things where it's short term now, and then later on you might do the same to me. It's how it's working. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, obviously for me it's doing great, but I don't think you're doing anything wrong in the sense
No,
of
no,
that.
that's my point. That's why I'm a bit dejected. I don't think I've done anything wrong this week, necessarily. I just been beaten by a better show. Nothing you can do about it sometimes. Find a way. We'll find a way. Oh.
I mean, what can you do with Scott Steiner hitting livers like that? I mean, what can you do? What can you do?
I hate it. I hate it.
Your new public enemy, is it?
Okay, so look, let me make this very clear for people. This is the morning after the stream, and I am still very angry, still very, very frustrated, because, for example, Monday's episode, I absolutely can accept he's had a great show. But tonight, this episode, his big matches haven't hit. Scott Steiner, I mean, I don't want to say his name, but Scott Steiner, you have sworn yourself as an enemy of this channel now. I hope you're aware of that. Mark Henry, I don't want you to be on there, because I like Mark Henry. But Scott Steiner, this is not how it goes. It's 2-0 to Friday Night Smackdown. I can't be whitewashed for another month. Especially when I'm putting on good shows. Like, we put on a really good show. The 87 was really, really good. We put on a very good show. Everything with the Brothers of Destruction and Evolution is killing it right now. But SmackDown's just better somehow. Frustration. We're going to bounce back. Monday Night Raw next week on Monday will be main evented by Batista versus The Undertaker. I'm calling my shot, and I'm calling it early. We need to win these 2 matches and then leave it up to the Twitch vote to decide the main event of WrestleMania. If not, SmackDown has got it, and that will suck. That will suck. So let's see. If you like the video, make sure to drop a like on it. Until next time, Scott Steiner. You know what? I'm not even going to say peace for this one. I'm just going to say that bullshit.